that there's no such thing as a stupid question. Unless we're the ones asking it. From game highlights, to hot takes, to totally unqualified opinions. We're bringing the BS Booster style!
Good for a float.
Well, I guess the question I'm going to throw out right now, we'll get back to that. We'll start there. Plano City Champ shirts we're going to get.
Yeah.
We have the design right here, and James and I talked about doing a fundraiser for that.
Yeah, doing a fundraiser for that.
If anybody wants a Plano City Champ shirt, once we get...
We'll put all the years.
We'll put an order up somewhere, or we'll give
let
people
us know if
a
you're
link.
interested.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Comment, reach out to us.
They're only going to be like $150 each.
Well, I mean...
we're going to raise money, dang.
We'll get those details, and we'll put out a link where they can purchase it. Maybe I'll use Karen's Shopify app to do that, and that'll give them a link.
You got
I want payment.
You got an Etsy account?
I want payment, yes. She has an Etsy account.
You.
Not me.
There's James's picture
if you were gonna,
on Etsy.
Cost not a problem. If you were going to leave right after the podcast and travel somewhere, where would you go?
What?
It's a random question.
It is a random question.
I go home and sleep.
My toilet. No,
wow, you guys are adventurous. That's what you're going to do anyways.
I know.
I'd go shoot the basketball a little bit, and then...
I don't know.
If I was going to travel,
I go to Fredericksburg.
Go do something fun.
I love Fredericksburg.
That's the only place you'd go.
Out of the entire world.
I'm not going to get on an airplane and fly to Canada.
Why not?
Because I want to go to Fredericksburg.
Oh, yeah.
Damn it.
Because I want to go.
I'm going where he's going now. It sounds like he has a plan.
We like a guy who knows what he wants.
They got a couple good wineries down there.
Oh, my Lord. Just what we need to do.
Attaboy, Nolan.
Welcome to episode number 151 of the BEBC
BS
Podcast. Bunch of giddy people out in Allen Land today, folks.
Giddy poo-poo.
My voice is fried.
Oh, poor Nolan.
Shut up.
Jeez.
Not fried enough to not say shut up.
Don't pull number 33, Nolan.
Yeah, I'm about to...
Oh, my Lord.
I'm about...
That was an entertaining little...
Apparently, the boys are loving their basketball game.
I guess so. Basketball was the theme of the night last night.
I think that kid betted on his own team and lost.
You know what? Very well could have.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. We got a few minutes before we maybe get Coach Wigg. We talked to him last night, and he is going to the Tech game over at AT&T. So we said,
Shocker.
We'll call you. If you can answer. If you can't, we understand. Because
we should have Ubered him over there.
Put
him in our car and
take
him
in his
over.
driver.
Yeah.
Gone back and picked him up.
Gave him a thrill of a ride on the way over there.
He and Becky would not forgive us for that.
Oh, my God.
That'd be awful.
We'd be in big trouble.
Oh, where are you going?
Crap.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back from Hydebeard, Dad.
Holy moly, we just lost the house.
Oh, my God.
I hope not.
The 151st
People are
game
clicking off right now.
in the history of Allen Eagle football.
Rattle it off, baby. Rattle it off.
1975.
Waxahachie.
No. Traveled north on Central.
Speaking
I'm
of
just going to say everything's an away game.
have we ever played Waxahachie?
I don't think so.
Well, let's get through this first, and then we'll figure
We'll
it
look
out.
it up. Traveled up Central. It's 1975. Started the year 0-2. Lost to Frisco and White Wright.
I'm keeping my eyes open.
Went to Van
Howell.
Alstyne.
Oh.
So just south of Howell. And what is Van Alstyne's mascot? Did I know? I don't think I know that.
The Van
Cooters.
Alstyne Bands.
Somebody look it up.
Oh, sorry.
And they beat Van Alstyne.
Hey, Google.
Oh,
This is going to be a
mercy.
tough one to get through. They beat Van Alstyne 26-21 to go to 1-2 on the year. So congratulations, 1975 Allen Eagles. The 151st victory,
The Panther.
1987.
They're the Panthers.
Alan, again, I'm saying all these games are away games because I just like saying that. The Panthers?
Yes.
Man, another Panther? Wow.
Well, it's just like Eagles.
Allen in 1987 traveled north up Central, west on 82, stopped at Interstate 35 and played Gainesville.
Wow, Gainesville.
And
then went to the zoo.
Beat Gainesville 29-14 to move to 6-1 on the year, and that was a district game.
Okay.
All right.
Gainesville in the district.
Yeah, the district was Boswell, Fort Worth, Boswell, Gainesville, Louisville, or the Colony, Justin Northwest, and Denison.
That's a lot of driving.
And McKinney. Yeah, it really is a lot of driving.
Think about all those sports, not just football, but all those sports that play more.
Yeah.
Basketball, baseball.
Fun times for all involved. Well, Allen takes care of business last night, as everybody said they would.
Everybody who counts.
Well, we had the newbies from the Dallas Morning News who are kind of running things there, but they're so new, and maybe their allegiances are skewed, but they were picking North Crowley and Professor Diggs, and those were about the only ones that...
Step and Tap.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't want to give a shout out.
They didn't pick Allen?
To Mallory Harton and Ashley Pickle.
Yeah.
Who picked Allen to win.
And Greg Riddle?
Region 1.
And Riddle.
Yeah.
And they did. So,
nice.
To those who got it right.
They were smart.
I just, you got to give them a shout out because they
picked it.
They picked it. To those of you who didn't,
winner.
Learn from your mistakes.
Yeah. Winner, chicken dinner.
What a great game, though, for your Allen Eagles.
Panthers.
Attaboy, Dave.
Y'all are going to shoot my wheels off this whole time, aren't you?
Van Alstyne.
Wait till Coach gets on.
Van Alstyne.
Oh, my Lord.
A dominating performance. It really was on the part of Allen's defense.
Yeah.
I mean, amazing.
What are you talking about?
The game, dude.
So 2 years in a row.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
That's right.
2 years in a row, Allen had met this team in the regional final. 2 years ago, the game was pretty close until a really bad fake punt.
Bad.
Yeah.
That went the wrong way for Allen.
That's some weird referation at the end of that.
I tell you what,
game.
there was two.
That's a big nut word.
Referation?
Yeah.
Wow. I know what that means, but
I can't.
What? I can't make up words.
you can.
We do.
Yeah. Like, why am I getting crap for this?
But Nolan is the arbiter of
because yours are like an Einstein level.
Because I got
ours are Dr. Seuss. I mean, come on.
I've got numb tongue.
It's just hard to understand sometimes.
Okay. We're with
And
you.
then last year, in a wet, cold, rainy day,
that was just
Worst
miserable.
football game I've ever been to.
7 turnovers, get you beat. What was that? 35-7
And
or
get
something
your
like that.
quarterback injured at the very last play.
Yeah, that's one of those deals.
It was not meant to be.
And so when you know it, and I told Cody this, and it's been my thought all week. This is kind of like the early aughts when Southlake was running in our way for several years in a row, and you just couldn't get back past that Southlake hurdle, and it was just this was kryptonite.
Yeah.
And you just needed to get over the hump. And by golly, if they didn't pull it out 33-21 in a game that really was more than a 12-point game.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Pretty much guessed it, didn't we?
We did. We were good. Yeah, there was 14.
Pat each other on the back.
14.
Good job, Mark.
There was 14 points we left out on the field, and then the refs took away a safety from us.
Oh.
Well, and we had
how are you
three
getting
interceptions, which that's hard to. Usually, if you get three
we got
interceptions,
the
you're going to have a
safety.
hard time
We
winning.
went from 31 to 33.
He's talking about the one where
The one should have been intentional
Oh,
grounding
yeah,
in the
yeah,
end
yeah.
zone.
Yeah.
He
Because-
was out of the box,
It doesn't matter. There was no one there.
and it wasn't past the yard line.
I'm not sure because I watched that. I'm having a shoulder cramp. I watched
Is it
that.
gas?
No, it's my shoulder. What is gas about your shoulder?
Let's all do that. Let's see what.
No, it's diesel.
Lord, we are a mess this morning.
We
I don't think he was
exorcised some demons from last
We
night.
did.
Yeah.
And it was important for this team and this community, I think.
Yeah. It was a good crowd. I was impressed. I was a little shocked at the few
spit it out
members on the other side.
That did surprise me at all. Yeah, I watched their game from last week, and it was just...
They did okay at filling up the lower section, but...
It felt like Allen a couple years ago when you look at our home side at home games, you're like, where the hell is everybody?
Working.
The band must have stayed home.
Working.
Seeing their crowd, I was pretty confident coming into the game, but seeing their crowd, I was like, man, there's not a lot of confidence.
And then that coach
either that or there was more confidence, and they just didn't get in the cold.
Talk to Mathis because you don't sit there and go, you need to which, by the way...
We are 3-0 when people complain about our band. Playoffs.
And here's what was funny about that. They stopped playing, and then the very next play,
they're playing
back to normal the whole time.
And here's the thing. It's so hypocritical because your band is doing the same thing.
Exactly.
It's never a situation where the other band...
And we don't complain.
We don't complain.
My whole issue was it didn't seem to bother them.
No.
Before
you'd get a false start or you'd get, emotion.
Well, they were he was trying. The quarterback kept looking to the sidelines, going like this.
I can't hear.
I can't hear you, or whatever.
You can't hear anyways. It's not like that.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on, but the play clock got all the way down to 0, and
it's a silly thing for a coach to do because it just makes
It shows that their focus isn't really where it needs to be. If you're worried about the other team's band, like how ready are you for this game?
Well, and I'll say this:
so
tired. Give me 50. Give me 50.
So tired. I couldn't stay up and watch the basketball game in Hawaii. I couldn't.
Hey, let me just interject one thing here. I track all the plays and stuff, and so. North Crowley had 74 plays. Allen had 52 plays. But of Allen's 52 plays, there are 5 categories, right? You got touchdowns, punts, turnovers on down, interceptions, and field goals. We had all 5 categories this time.
Hey, we checked every box.
3 interceptions, 1 field goal, 1 turnover on down, 2 punts, and 4 TDs. And a safety. And a safety. That's number 6. Holy crap. We're
Yahtzee.
We're going in new territory, man. Safety.
Yahtzee. But I agree with Nolan. Nolan said we exercise some demons. You got that monkey off your back, and I think I think I mentioned it breakfast morning. I think it made everybody stop and pause. Because most people were just, Allen doesn't have enough offense, and blah 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 blah. They hadn't played anybody. You get tired of hearing that stuff, and then it's like, okay,
Crowley hadn't played anybody either.
You're redefining your reputation this year.
Yeah,
that's it.
And kudos to the boys, and that's what it's all about. Is those boys pinning their ears back, and
took care of business.
Especially after the first drive, the first North Crowley drive where they scored. and tied the ball game. We came back and we scored, and then it was like they didn't score again until late in the third quarter.
Yep.
And it was, honestly, from a North Crowley perspective, it was ugly football.
Yo, big time.
You know, if you can imagine sitting on their side and what they're used to seeing. And
well,
they got quiet real quick.
It did.
They're never allowed to begin
their
with.
quarterback had a 38% completion rating. That's not good.
No, it wasn't good.
I'm so excited to break this game down after a call with Wig.
Yeah.
Because some of these things were foreseeable.
Oh, yeah.
And again, it goes back to how much time you spend looking at what the other team has put, because you know what Allen's going to do, and you know how they're going to perform. And I mean, there were a few wrinkles last night that we hadn't seen.
We
before.
saw some new play introductions, which was really
exciting.
Yeah, that one play was awesome.
was just freaking outstanding.
Yeah, I saw Coach Harrison.
See, it's not just me sitting there going,
well, I had Ingram on my mind because when he gave me a hug, he broke my back. So I'm still thinking about it. Yeah. I saw Coach Patterson after the game, and I was like, dude. He goes, yeah, that was special. And I was like, yeah, it was.
We all were like, when that play happened, we all looked at each other and went, where did that come from?
Now, explain which play you're talking about.
It was the
misdirection with Jet. Yeah. Let's buzz Wig, see if we can get a hold of him here. And if he doesn't answer, that's all right.
Hello. Might be.
Hello.
Go Red Raiders!
Woo! Yeah, how are y'all?
Man, we're so giddy, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All of our wives want us out of the house today. They're just like, go do something. Y'all are out of control.
Yeah. I don't blame them, actually.
He's always got to get that little shot in on us.
That's all right. Bring it on. Bring it on. Coach, congratulations on a big win last night, and we know this isn't the ultimate goal, but that was a hurdle that we really needed to get over. Your kids performed wonderful.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was obviously fun for all. Proud of the coaches for all they did, but so proud of the kids who it just meant the world to. You know, they obviously worked so hard, but it meant so much to them. So just awesome night.
So when you break down the game, and we're going to have to do that obviously when we hang up with you and on our viewpoint. But what was the difference in your mind last night?
The difference in what caused us to win the game?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, I really just think it was the mindset. You know, we. I don't know. You know what words you want to use. If it was an uncertainty the year before, if it was I don't know. I mean, certainly don't want to use a word like fear or anything like that. But our guys, they had a great week of work. But you could also just you could just tell that it was different, and the mentality, the mindset of how they came into the game. They certainly understood the caliber of opponent that they were facing. They understood that there's a great chance that their season was going to be over at the end of the game. That's just the reality of playoffs, but certainly when you're playing a team like that. But they also had a calmness in them and a look in their eyes that it simply wasn't going to be. And if it was going to be because this team just played far superior to us. But it was a confidence that they knew physically that they were going to be able to play with them. They knew that in terms of fight, that there was no way that team was going to fight harder or fight longer than them. It was just a really cool feeling of confidence, I think, would be the difference. And then in terms of the way they played, I thought all three phases, I thought the guys played incredibly well. That was a team that they were going to hang their hat on running the ball, and so for us, what that meant is there any way you can get up on them early? Because if so, that kind of puts a dent in that, So our guys battled and did a great job against the run all night. We were able to get up early again, which they kept running the ball and were committed to running the ball. But as you're doing that, the game is shortening, and they just weren't able to pop off the long runs that they desperately needed, and that's because of the incredible effort of the guys defensively. Just kept swarming to the ball.
Yeah, speaking of that, we talked to Coach Hargis a little bit after the game, but that defensive game plan that y'all put in place was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
That the running back Ingram is tough to get down, and we saw that a couple of times last night. But just the fact that y'all spent so much time in the backfield was really kind of, in my mind, unexpected.
Well, it disrupted everything they were trying to do.
Yeah, we felt good about that matchup. We felt really good about our O-line our D-line versus their O-line. The bigger question was, how many times is he going to get out in space? And when he does, what's going to be the result? That was the, certainly the bigger question in our mind. And that was the one that I was very pleased with. I'm not shocked at all of the initial wins and the getting in the backfield those, not to say to be expected, but the bigger sense of satisfaction for me was the lack of times that he popped for big runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just...
That's where they, you see when they bounce. I mean, it's just, it's any good running team. They're going to get their yards in the box, and you're going to stop their yards in the box. Those kind of things. But what they do a good job of is it's much like Mekhi Ellis for us last year. You sit there running. Then when he bounces out wide, it's just a different level, and that's what they have been so successful with, and that's what you saw that first touchdown they got. And for us to be able to contain that, and there were some times late you're like, oh my gosh, they're on that burst that again, and we just did a great job of stringing it out, and not letting him get outside, forcing back inside, and there's the pursuit, So yeah, just a great job overall. All the way around.
And that was impressive. They punted 6 times. They had 2 turnover on downs. That's a lot of drive wasted for them. So good job on the defense part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Flipping over, because we love this kid and we wish he would talk more, but he doesn't. It's just who he is. But Carter Harris just continues every week to just come up with big play after big play.
Yeah, he is the guy that. He's not incredibly vocal, doesn't say a ton, but he does. What he does in the games is what he does daily in practice. Continues to work so hard. Excited for him to make big plays and big moments like that last night.
Yeah, that especially when you start the game open with a touchdown. Kind of set the tone for the rest of the night. And that was good. That was good for y'all to do.
Oh yeah. Again, that's when you talk about the script. I mean, that was part of what you need to happen when you get the opening kickoff and you're playing a team that's gonna, do exactly what they did. Right? They came back and went on a long time consuming drive and ended in the touchdown. When you're facing a team that's going to do that, it's very important to kind of try to have the hammer throughout, and it's not, just fall behind and prosper or something like that. You expect you're going to battle back anyway, but it's certainly when you get that first one and then you're able to respond and stay on top, that is very much the recipe for it. They were going to struggle throwing the ball. Yeah. That's, as you can see, that's the biggest difference between their team last year is their effectiveness in the passing game. We knew that, and really, again, liked that matchup. So it was important, that first touchdown, just getting to where they weren't going to be able to sit there and say, all right, let's just keep doing this all night long.
We were just curious because they didn't tell. Where was that reffing crew from? What chapter?
College Station.
Oh, they were Aggies. There we go.
Well, that answers everything.
So,
yeah.
The second question is, how tall was that referee?
Good Lord.
Yeah, it looked like he played tackle Thursday night for the Cowboys. But big old guy.
Yeah.
Well, the Giants.
We saw him standing next to you. We're like, Wig's having to look up at that guy.
Yeah, he's a big old man.
He was. They seemed to let a lot go last night, and I don't know what your take on that was.
Well, yeah, so they called his state championship last year against Westlake, and he had, he called, I think, 3 penalties on each team. So he was familiar with that crew, and they were a crew that, they kind of probably take pride in, and as a general statement, I kind of think if officials are seen and noticed, then it's not a good thing. They ought to blend in, and it ought to be that the overwhelmingly obvious things are called, and I think that this time of year, the things that aren't called, and I think that's who they kind of pride themselves in as a crew, and I really think they did a good job. I do. There's a couple that I think were really hard calls.
Let me guess.
I think there was 3 things in particular that I thought just they would tell you. Matter of fact, he told me, but I think that they probably would like to have back as a crew, but they were also 2 of the 3 were huge in the game, but I mean that's part of it. I mean they were all both of those 2 were bang. Just think they were big against us.
I bet I know which 2.
So probably one of them was the pass out of the end zone that should have been intentional grounding or as a safety.
Yeah, that would have been the 4th one, because that one, their explanation on that one was that he was out of the pocket. They said he got out and then back in.
Half a yard.
That one, and the ball did go beyond the line of scrimmage, but so that one was not as. Yes, that one was one I certainly questioned, but the explanation I could buy good enough. The others were tougher.
Well, since you opened the can of worms, you got to tell us now. What were the other 3?
Onside kick.
The onside kick.
The second one in the end zone that they called the safety on.
Yeah.
I thought one of 2 things. I thought, one, you either call it a fumble, or if you're going to say he threw it, it was clearly a backwards pass. And now you go from 2 points with them getting to have an opportunity to kick the ball to it being 7 points. Just a huge difference at that moment in the game. I thought clearly if you said that he tried to throw it, it went backwards, and we clearly recovered it. So it should have been a touchdown rather than 2 points with them having an opportunity to kick an onside kick. That was huge.
Good point.
And then right after that, they kicked the onside, and it's just and we coach our guys to go attack the ball because they call kick catch interference on the punt. Great call. Jet calls fair catch and he's too close. That's pass interference.
That's interference. Thank you.
Too close, right? And it's 15-yard penalty. Well, the same occurs on kickoff. So if you kick an onside and you're a front-line guy, as the ball's coming to you, you cannot be touched. It's the equivalent of a punt returner. You cannot be touched until the ball goes 10 yards. Right. So if it's up there at 5 yards, what you should do, if you know it's not going to get there, right, you coach the kids, hey, don't go touch it. But if you're in doubt, you might as well go get it because you're free and they can't touch you. Now, once you touch you, it's bang, bang. Well, they kicked a good kick, slow roller. Will Carter is going up to get it, and they hit him clear. He's going to get the ball short of the 10 because it's slow, and they hit him prior to him touching it, which is clearly a 15-yard penalty.
They got it. Didn't he get 10 yards?
Yeah. I don't think that went 10 yards.
He's right on 30.
Oh, look at that ref. Look at the ref.
He touched it.
Azubuike's kick.
Yep. That's Allen's
was
ball.
caught by number 25, Brady Cunningham.
That's Allen's ball. That's it, Long. Well, you know, it's a big question to ask, and it's a big reference. It is.
The guy on our sideline, I'm telling him, he goes, "Yeah, coach, they'll discuss it. They got to know." And it was one of those calls. Just to be frank, what I think happened is they had already got our defense and their offense on the field, and they realized that it would have looked, for lack of a better word, it would have looked bad on them if they then changed it and said, "Hey, get back off the field."
That's their freaking job.
I thought, a huge call. The other one that was not as noticeable to anyone was they had the 4th and 1 in the first half, and they call they call for a measurement. That's when they set up. They asked for the officials to measure, and he goes over and said, "Hey, we're not going to measure." Well, both teams go to the sideline and have essentially an official's timeout. Well, that's when they set up all their shifts and trying to get us to jump off sides, which we do a great job, don't jump off sides. Well, then they followed up with a timeout. And I said, "You can't call back-to-back timeouts." And he said, "That wasn't a timeout by them. That was an official's timeout." I said, "Why were the officials timeout?" And he goes, "Well, for a measurement." Anyway, long story short, I said, "All right, I just want to let you know, next time it's 4th down, I don't care the distance. If it's 4th and 6, I'm going to ask for a measurement if I want to talk to my team." And he said, "Coach," and I said, "Sincerely, you can't. You can't do that." And he said, "Coach, if it's 4th down and you ask for a measurement, I will send them to you and let you do it." I said, then I said, "For one, I'm not going to do that because that's not the way this game's supposed to be played." He said, "Coach, you know what? You're right. I did mess that up. I should not have sent them to the sideline." So what I like about him is, it's just he was doing his job of trying to communicate with the coaches, which the good crews do. What they should have done, he should have gone over there and said, "Hey, can we get a measurement?" And he should have looked and said, "No need for a measurement. Let's play ball." Rather than kids go, both teams call them to the sideline for literally 40 seconds.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
well, thanks for that.
Again, all tough, it's not that none of them were out like glaring. Obviously, it's just the stuff that happened.
So, just one other thing for clarification, because we're just, again, ignorant sometimes. The end of the game, you didn't have to snap it. There was like...
I've never been a part of that before. He just said, the official said, "Hey, they're willing to wind the clock." We've done that on JV games and stuff, but he said he's willing to wind the clock. And which, it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Because, I'm just sitting there saying, guys, please make sure no matter what happens, you don't retaliate. We don't do anything that's going to jeopardize you getting to play next week. So, I was glad they decided to do that. Because, at that point, it's over, right? If you fumble the snap and they scoop and score, that's the 3 seconds. So you still win the game. So it was physically impossible for them to win at that moment. So I do think it was the sensible thing to do.
Oh, okay. Well, again, thanks for the clarification on all that. That helps us that aren't down there knowing what's going on. So, well, Duncanville or Waxahachie next week. Do you care?
No, I have no clue about either. I've just heard from friends around the state. I think both of them are unbelievable defensive football teams. I mean, just seeing Duncanville over the years, I think they're pretty good offensively too, and I would assume Hatchie is, but I think they have, some really high-end defensive players. But Coach Crowley, who I've been with forever, was at Rockwall Heath, and he had told me that going in, and thought they were going to be able to do some things to them and couldn't at all. So I would assume it's going to be they're familiar with each other. Hatchie beat them in district. I don't know. I mean, my gut says probably Duncanville wins the game, and I'm probably basing that on kind of the same thing as I think if you asked a lot of people around the state last night who's going to win, North Crowley or Allen, you'd say North Crowley, because North Crowley has been there the last few years, and that's simply why I would say Duncanville, just because I'm more used to them being there. That's the extent of why I would choose them at this point.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to it whenever, wherever it is. It'll be fun, you know.
I'm just again, as much as anything, just excited that these kids have another week together.
Yeah. And you need to tell every place we play that is the coolest thing ever that UNT did, to let the crowd come down to the field after the game. That was really cool.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I know you had like 1,000 people trying to give you a hug, but it was cool to be able to do that. So.
Well, it's just their families. It's such a big time in their life too. For them to be able to get with their child down there in the field, especially. They're only at this point in their life, a short time. So I think it's a special time for them.
All right, Coach. It's championship week, as you know, in the colleges, and you're actually at the Tech BYU game. UNT and Tulane played last night. I got your pick early in the week. You took Tulane, so good choice there.
All right.
Go ahead. I know you're going to pick Tech, so I don't even need to say anything.
No, I'm absolutely going to pick Tech. Yes.
Do you think it'll be any different than, because they just played a couple of weeks ago? Do you think it'll be any different?
They did just play a couple of weeks ago. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. Tech's defense is so good against the run, and it's what's going to be interesting to me is can BYU find a way to get yards in the passing game this time? If they don't, then I would think very, very, very similar. If I'm BYU, then I've been racking my brain and how am I going to create yards in the passing game, because it's going to be tough to run the ball consistently against Tech's defense. So I certainly hope it's the same outcome, and I hope Tech really struggled getting the ball in the end zone last night. They had a lot of good drives. Had a lot of good drives, but just ended up in field goals. So if they can finish some of those, then maybe they widen that gap a little earlier too.
Okay. The ACC championship has Duke and Virginia. Wow.
Yeah. I know nothing about either one of those 8-4. I have no clue about either one of those teams.
Well, who's your pick?
I thought you gave me all. Oh, I'm supposed to pick those now.
Yeah.
I thought I was supposed to pick all of them. Oh, I just picked Tulane.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah, because that was
Okay, so let me see here. Virginia. I'm going Virginia.
Okay. Indiana and Ohio State in the Big Ten.
Ohio State.
All right. And then the SEC, same old, Georgia and Alabama.
Georgia. Did they play this year already?
Yes. Georgia.
Alabama, I thought, won.
Alabama beat them?
Yeah, Alabama won.
For sure?
Somebody check that real quick. Come on, guys.
Mark said go.
You guys know this. I know y'all know this already.
Because Alabama has 2 losses, Florida State and Oklahoma. Yes, Alabama must have beat them. Yeah.
I'm going to Alabama beat them. Are they good enough to beat that Georgia team twice?
Yeah.
I'm going Georgia.
Okay. All right. I got you.
Is that all?
That's it.
All right.
All right. Well, go have fun. Enjoy. Are you going to the game today later?
I'm going to try. Depends when I get out of here, but we have our crew going over there.
Well, if you need some extra bodies, just give us coach's passes. We'll go down there and scout for you.
Done. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you, and good luck with the Raiders, and we look forward to next week, and let's go get us a state championship berth there.
And thanks for your message to the fans and community. That was pretty awesome.
Hey, Coach, Alabama beat Georgia 24-21 earlier this year in September.
Okay. So a great game. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I think I like my period.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, goodbye.
There he is, everybody. Coach Wigg. He's in a good mood.
Oh, they're partying out there.
You know it. So
Sounded like they were still in like the van, the family truckster.
he might have been tailgating or something out there, but
Think there's a beer in his hand?
no. Cool for him for picking up. That's
We appreciate
We
him.
appreciate it a lot.
I mean, heck, y'all try to catch me when I'm in a game like that. Forget y'all. Screw you.
Mark.
North Crowley wins 30. Oh, excuse me. Allen wins. What were you gonna say?
Let's start really big picture. I think we got some stuff to
Big
talk about
picture.
before we jump
Allen
into
wins 33-21.
There we go.
If y'all haven't figured it out, Cody's our savant of the group.
He touched on something that I was going to call out. I really noticed it when I was down on the field, but I think it manifested in the game too. This is a really stable football team from a mindset perspective.
Yep.
In that you can throw a pick, you can give up a big drive, like whatever, and the other unit's going to come out and just take care of business. Yeah. And like talking to him after the game, that was a big win, and they were all happy, but nobody was like crazy, out of control, and nobody, I think they stay very focused on what they need to be doing, which is great to see.
I would 100%
It's like a lot of
agree
weight
with that
was
comment.
taken off their shoulders.
What's that, David?
It's like a lot of weight was taken off their shoulders. They were just like, oh.
Well,
this is
again,
great.
it's that fourth round hurdle, that you just got to get past.
Yeah. You think you're good enough for it?
I don't know if it's a weight taken off their shoulders, because I think all week these kids were confident they were going to go in there and beat this team.
Yeah, but there's a difference between having confidence to do it and then actually
do.
doing
Well,
it.
no doubt. But I think
the last 2 years they probably thought the same. I mean, those kids don't go in there thinking, "Oh, we're going to get hammered."
Yeah.
But this year that defense really is a lot better.
there's a reason
Another
it's
level
number one.
beyond
It's
last
one of the
year.
top defenses in the state.
Absolutely.
Hey, let's talk about how good. So I did something this week. I went and pulled the per game averages for all of our state championship game teams.
Yeah.
Plus this year, just for comparison.
Season averages for each one.
Yeah, like per game
Got it.
average,
Yep.
scoring and giving up.
Okay.
So just pulling the crowd, where do you think this offense ranks on those five?
Oh,
Of the
number
five?
one.
I'd say
Points
top
per-
four.
just on points per game.
Points
Top
per
four.
game.
Top four.
Two,
I think 3 or 4.
3 or 4, Dad.
I don't recall us scoring as many points.
I'm
going to
say number one.
Yeah.
Okay, so going into last night, it was number 2,
Ooh.
sandwiched between 13 and 14 at 49.8 points a game.
Probably dropped.
13 was 50.4, 14 was 49.4. It dropped a little last night to 48.6, but still, you're scoring like a Kyler team,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is incredible. And that's not even the most impressive side of the ball.
What's his name?
That Murray kid.
Yeah, whoever that
That's
was.
the Murray kid over
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
right over there.
On defense, on all 5 of our runs, going into last night was giving up 9 points a game. The next best was 16. You got 2 at 18 and 1 at 26.
I wanna guess
We're
that.
definitely the best defense.
And it went up to 10 after last
and
night.
that 13 team was unbelievable.
And so that's, when you look at this team, if you're trying to play against us, you're going to have to figure out how to score points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, like, if you look at it, the most points we've had to score all year to win is 31. Like, the barrier's not that high. In the playoffs, it's 22. Like, we're giving ourselves great shots to win football teams just on the defensive side of the ball, and yet we've got an elite offense, too. We're in such a good position, folks.
And this is why he's our Stanford Steve.
Stanford State.
New T-shirt.
Welcome to game
New
day.
T-shirt.
And, here's the thing, is we played sloppy last night. We got screwed by the refs on the onside kick, but we didn't play it as well as we could have either. You had picks, you had turnovers on downs, you didn't take that field goal.
Right.
You
Should have
wipe
taken the
points off-
field goal instead of going for it on
Instead of going for it on fourth down. And so, like, you can play relatively sloppy and still beat the pants off North Crowley, which is, a top 8, minimum, a top 8 team in the state of Texas. I think if you put them in the other side of the bracket, they're probably still playing.
All right, now perception or reality-wise, this game last night, were there more design QB runs and more scrambles for trying to run than we've seen all season so far? What do you think?
For our offense or their offense?
Our offense.
Honestly,
so Dowd,
more, yeah, not by a ton. We've had some.
One was
one was definitely a busted play. I think
the rest.
But the rest was only
Yeah,
two?
I think you're right.
2. There was only 2
Because early they did some misdirection and Dowd was wide open, so he just took it. He ran, and it looked like a designed run, which I love.
He had 8 rushes last night.
That's a little bit unusual, I think.
Yeah, that's high for him.
But I think 2 of them were actually looked like they were called, quarterback runs, and the others were
scrambling,
and like you said, he saw an opening and he took off, or or he came out of the pocket maybe a little too early, and just it is what it is. But those little mistakes didn't hurt our team, and so
that's
in the long run.
I saw someone on the forums this morning go, yeah, we're going to have to play better to beat Duncanville. And it's like, well, how much better is Duncanville than North Crowley? But also, you just showed that you can play relatively sloppy and beat up a really, really good football team.
Right.
Like, you've shown that you are an extremely high-caliber team that can play through their own mistakes, not get knocked off, and perform. And, guys, this is high school football. The pros throw picks. Yeah. The pros have bad play calls. And you should expect that times 50
right.
at the high school level. So, if your expectation is perfection, you're never going to get that.
No.
But are you good enough to overcome those mistakes? And over and over and over this season, Allen has answered yes.
And even when the ball just bounces the wrong way, when it should have gone incomplete or gone as a catch, bounces off somebody's head, bounces off somebody's shoulder, and it gets picked. That's not Dowd's. That's not an issue with Dowd at all. But
no.
But we came back from it, and that's where having that number 1 defense really, really makes a difference.
Really makes a difference. Now, let's talk about Crowley. I went and watched a bunch of their playoff games in preparation for this game. My big takeaway is their offense doesn't do that many different things, but they do them very well. They like to run up the middle, and they like to run screen passes.
Yeah.
And what I saw from games earlier this season, they're really not good at throwing the ball down the field. Their quarterback does not have a strong arm. He starts to float balls. It gets
10
really
to 15
sketchy.
yards is kind of his limit for accuracy.
How many passes did he throw last night out of bounds?
A lot.
On the deep.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
And then his wide receivers killed him, though, too. And they had
3 huge drops.
And that's one of those things where it's like, well, they're not forcing him to do this much all season. They're catching screens. They're blocking.
Yep.
Only a handful of opportunities per game to go catch a pass, and I think the moment got to him a little bit because the balls that were catchable didn't get caught. So
there was a certain disorganization and desperation that it kind of evidenced itself.
They got out of their game plan real quick. We put them out of their game plan probably about midway through the second quarter.
And that's the thing where all these pundits out here, you can't just look at the box score.
Yeah.
And say this offense is really... They score a lot of points.
And please stop looking at scrimmages. Good
please
God.
stop looking at scrimmages.
Well, that's our tell. If anybody's looking and using scrimmages, that's our tell that they're not a serious football analyst.
But, there's some pros that did that this week and called it out in their reasoning. So, but my point is, look at what they do. They run up the middle. They run screen passes. Those are the things Allen's the best at stopping on defense. We've done great against those two things all season long. So you look at this matchup and you're like, okay, even if these teams are roughly equal in talent, what Allen does gives them a huge advantage in this game, and that's what we saw play out.
Clearly. That was the end. I was just looking here.
Did we do players of the game?
No,
we're not there
yet. I was looking at, Coach was talking about, they want to pound the ball. Their longest rush of the night was 9 yards.
Holy moly.
Wow.
That's incredible.
I was just looking here. And Ingram's, I take that back, it was 12 yards by Jarrell Smith. Not even. Ingram's longest run of the night was 9.
9, yeah.
And he was dragging 6 dudes to get there.
You had some kickoff runs that were longer than that.
The quarterback scrambled for 8 yards many times.
Yeah.
But it's again, when it takes 52 rushes to get to 225 yards, two things happen. And Hargis told us this after the game when they went on that long drive in the end of the third, start of the fourth.
Eating the clock.
Because I was fine with that. He said because it took them forever and it just wound the clock and tick tock. You can't come back to win like that.
Doing that.
And I'll say this: that team was probably the hardest team to get players down.
Yeah, Ingram was a load, man.
Dude, I couldn't believe how those kids were keeping their balance and being able to stay on their feet. And after the initial hit, get another 2 or 3, 4 yards. I was very impressed with again, that's a young team over at North Crowley. More than likely we're going to be seeing them again in the playoffs. Down
Let's
the
go.
road. Let's go. The seal has been broken, as you can say, and we've exercised those demons. And so I think if we see them next year, that could be a real fun game because we know we're going to be real good next year.
Allen ends up with 331 total yards. Crowley 314.
Which I thought was interesting.
Yeah,
it was that balanced.
Our yards are better than your yards.
204 passing, 127 rushing for Allen, 89 passing yards for Crowley, North Crowley, I should say.
Yep.
How many attempts again?
22 attempts. So they average 4 yards a pass. You can't win many games unless you're Army or Navy just running the ball.
Yeah. A little disappointed in our rushing yardage, but
well, and that's what they do well defensively is stop runs up the middle.
Yeah.
That's one
Boy,
thing
they were sending people all night.
Well, they really started doing that in the second half when they knew we were trying just to run out the clock.
Run out the clock.
That's where you need that
dink
slant across the middle.
Either that or do like we did on the 2-point conversion where you pretend like dink in the
They end up with 225 yards rushing, only 4.33, which is way below their season average. Way below.
Well, and talk about attempts. You mentioned it, 52 attempts.
Yeah.
From behind. They were behind, and they had 52 attempts.
Total plays?
They had 70. What'd you say? 70.
74.
Yeah.
And we had 52.
Yeah. They ate
and
up
they
so
controlled
much
the clock. But when you're behind,
the clock is our friend, no matter who controls it.
They control the clock to their own detriment.
Down 3 touchdowns running the ball.
Yeah.
Now they run a hurry-up offense, so that mitigated some of that. But like that long drive they had the end of the third, it took them 4.5 minutes to go score.
But yeah, you call it hurry up, but it took a long time for them to go all
because
the
they're
way
getting
down the
like
field.
3-4 yards of play.
Yeah. Whereas in a passing game, you can get a first down in 1 or 2 plays. It's taking you 3 or 4.
Or a 62-yard shot to Carter.
And with them being runs, that clock is still running.
Yep.
Dowd was 13 of 22 for 204, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. One of them was at the end of the half. The other one, like you say,
one was off a helmet. I don't know.
Jet's head. And then we tried a double pass, which
don't know why we did that.
Don't know why we did it. Got picked into double coverage on that one.
You think they would have noticed if Ty was the running back?
I don't know. That was my whole.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, I was like, why not put him in there
Coach,
to do that?
Coach, hint.
Yeah. It would have been something they'd never seen all year, and how quick would have they picked up on it? So, Jaden Hambrick leads the team in rushing.
Good golly,
beast!
He had that one run late in the game that broke it open.
Yeah. He went 8 for 61. Spriggs had a tough night. He had 7 carries for 15 yards.
He got hit hard.
Dude, he would come and they would hit him flush, and I've never seen him get hit as hard as he got hit last night.
Yeah, that number 20 made a picture-perfect tackle on the one play.
Just stopped him in his tracks.
Carter Harris leads the receiving corps with 4 catches for 127 yards.
Grab the ball.
He had a long touchdown. He had a big play on 3rd and 12. He had
a big one on
4th down where he juggled
against the sideline.
Yeah. Josiah had 3 for 42. Jaden Davis had a touchdown reception, and Jet had it's kind of a jet sweep, but they called it a touchdown pass, so we'll go from there.
Yep.
Allen takes the opening kickoff, goes 11 plays, 60 yards, and they score on a 37-yard touchdown pass to Carter. And I told
As
Cody
he just kind of traipses in.
the theme of the night for the Allen football team was basketball because every time something happened, they were shooting the three.
Shooting threes.
Because some of these guys may not remember watching this, but we had to play them deep in the playoffs in basketball last year.
Yep.
And they were quite vocal there too.
Again, 2 years ago, the most frustrated I've ever been with a high school fan base was when they whipped out their signs that said "Start the bus."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No class. So this one feels really good.
Gave it back to them
They
by singing.
were quite quiet last night.
They were.
Goodbye to them last night. That could have set some of the players
That was so
off.
funny. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, that was
that got loud.
It did. I think a lot of us were feeling the same way.
Yep.
North Crowley responds with a 14-play, 73-yard drive, which
took up what?
And so you think
6,
you're going to
7
have,
minutes?
at that point, you think you're going to have a classic,
Yeah.
big boy battle, and they're going
Even on
to
that
be able
drive,
to keep it up.
They were dinking and dunking, and you're just sort of like, man, one more stop here or there, and you've got
Well,
them.
they got some big conversions, fourth down conversions, etc.
they had one pass on that entire drive
Yeah.
for 17 yards. So it took up 5 minutes and 10 seconds to tie the score at 7. And like you said, you're thinking then, okay, here we go, game on.
Well,
Allen responds and goes 5 plays, 83 yards. The big one there is a 60-yard pass to Carter. Down to the 16-yard line.
that was a thing of beauty.
And then
Well, that kid can
then was
elevate,
the
man.
play.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
We'll have this highlight for sure. The misdirection with Jet coming back.
Yeah.
Flo going to the left. Jet coming back to the right.
Yeah, a little 16-yard.
Little pass.
Yeah, beautiful.
I told Coach Patterson after the game, I was like, that was
That
nice.
was the most
That was
beautiful
nice.
play I've ever seen.
Well
this team
executed.
play this year.
Allen goes up 14-7 at that point.
Yeah, perfect timing for that.
And then the defense says, okay, our
Let's have some
turn.
fun.
You're not doing that again.
Yeah.
They
7 plays, but they end up stopping them on fourth down.
Bend don't break, man.
Yeah.
And their punter, bless his heart, because they only get to they get it returned to the 20-yard line. They get a 10-yard penalty. They lose 4 yards on first down. They get 3 yards back on second. And they have an incomplete pass on third, and they're punting from their own 9-yard line. And he shanked it. He pulled a Prosper punt. And again, you wonder if they're trying to do a directional kick or keep
I
it
think
away
we also
from
got
Jet.
some pressure on that one too.
Well, there's going to be pressure.
Yeah.
The question is, are they directional kicking or not? And they seem not to after that. But that one, he shanked it. Allen takes over at their 30. Takes them 7 plays.
30 yards.
And the football guys were looking out for Allen at that point because Spriggs fumbles on the 2-yard line. It rolls into the end zone, and Jackson
89.
Hoppy falls on it.
He crossed the line with the ball, dummies! He crossed the line with the ball!
Way to go.
So Jackson Hoppy gets a touchdown.
Yeah.
Woo! And Allen goes up 21-7. You're like, holy moly. You're feeling really good at this point because of the way the defense is playing, which is proven again in the next series where they go 3 and out. And
Turnover on
actually,
downs.
they don't. They go for it. 4th and
Turnover on
2
downs.
on their 33.
And they get stuffed.
Stuff, baby.
Yeah. Watch the highlight here.
Yeah.
Boom.
Allen takes over, and they get down to the 14-yard line. They have 4th and 2, and they decide to go for it.
Instead of the field goal, but hey,
we were all kind of wanting the points at that point, which
Yeah.
I think most people. But Wiggs, the coach, he made the decision to go for it. We only gained a yard. A turnover on down.
Jeremiah down on the keeper.
We don't want to give them any momentum whatsoever.
Oh, now you measure it?
I think it is.
Get to the casino, let it ride.
Yeah. Crowley kind of again can do nothing. They end up punting. 38-yard punt. Allen takes over at their 40. Allen goes 3 and out.
Well, it's one of their 2 punts.
And I left the Dallas Morning News says Anthony Benavidez punts 38 yards to the 14.
Wow, way to go,
Poor
Anthony.
Nava didn't get his credit. We love the specialists. We had a 5-minute interaction with the specialist in the locker room
They're a different breed.
last Saturday.
That's pretty funny.
Those guys were awesome.
Good kids. Good
So all you
kids.
specialists that
They're
are
good.
listening,
They
we
are-
love you
they are-
guys.
They are good kids.
It was fun.
They're funny. They're
were
a tight knit group too.
They are. So that was fun being with them. Crowley takes over at their own 14. They go 3 and out. Allen takes over with 9 seconds left in the hat, and that's when. This is one of the plays that they had an opportunity to maybe get in field goal range, and JD's pass was so short to Carter. Carter was open on the right side, and he bounced it to him.
Well, he came out. That's the play. He came out of the pocket, and from what it looked like from where we were sitting,
against his dominant side.
He didn't need to. He had plenty of room. They weren't that close to him, and he could have just planted and thrown it. But he rolled out, and when he's rolling, he tends to throw a little short sometimes.
Yeah, he threw it, and again, we were on a 36-yard line, so you didn't need that much.
Yeah.
It was short, and then he threw the interception to end the half. Crowley takes over at halftime, and here's where, for me though, it's like, okay, this drive is going to set the tone for the rest of the game right here. Because do you let them score and they get close,
or do you hold them?
Exactly?
Boom.
They did go 43 yards, but they end up punting. Wait, that's not correct.
Couple incomplete passes toward the end. 4th down, they punted.
This is so wrong. You almost have to really do a
scrub.
complete scrub of this, because they go 3 and out actually, and they punt. Allen takes over at the 50. This is where Allen tries the double pass on 2nd down. It gets intercepted. They take over again. They can go nowhere. They do get 1 first down. Actually, they don't get a first down, and it's a 3 and out, and they end up punting again. Allen takes over. They go 7 plays, 74 yards.
To make it a 3-score lead, which was nice. Yeah.
A little swing pass to freshman Jaden Davis in the flat. He decides, I'm going to beat somebody up at the goal line. He goes in. It makes it 28-7. Feeling really good at this point. And then this is the next drive that Crowley gets the ball. It takes them forever. 16 plays, 84 yards.
Man.
And they took 5.5 minutes to do it. Or 4.5 minutes, actually, to do that. And it's just, with a minute left in the 3rd quarter, they finally score to make it 28-14. And you're just like...
Not worried.
You're really not, because you're like, they can't... If that's how they're going to do it...
Yeah.
When
screen passes and running up the middle are your bread and butter, you're not going to be able to come back in a lot of football games.
Except that Allen gets the ball. They take over at the 40 or 38-yard line. Dow rushes for 6, and then they try to go deep to Jet, and the ball bounces off its helmet way up in the air. And the same guy that intercepted the pass at the end of the half gets another one. And he returned it 46 yards. They get penalized 15 for a
block in the back.
Block in the back.
Yeah. Which everybody saw.
Mm-hmm. And even the refs.
Yeah. Wow. And that put them back into their own territory, and they go 3 and out, which kudos again to the defense for not letting a turnover bite you in the butt.
Baby.
Allen takes over. With 11:14 left in the game, they do about a 3.5-minute drive, go 12 plays, 89 yards. They get down to the 11-yard line. Preston Hurlis drills a field goal,
which was huge.
Makes it 31-14 with 7:45 left. And Crowley does the same thing. You know, you look at this rush. You know, it's just like you're just killing. They end up scoring to make it 31-21. Allen gets the ball.
Still not worried.
They get 1 first down. They have to punt. Ethan Nava punts down to the 10. LeBron makes another great special teams play. It actually hits him around the 10, and he ends up kind of pushing it down to the line.
If it hadn't, he would have had it on the 1 or 2 yard line.
Yeah.
That was a great play by him.
It was. Somewhere in here, they missed the safety. Oh, there it is, right there. They go, so they take over to 10. It goes back to pass. JT Shaw, and you know JT
pressures him.
JT was going up against a 5-star tackle that's going to Texas all night long. But on that play, he gets around him.
Get some pressure on that QB. And
gets him in the end zone, and that was the play that Coach Wigg was talking about. I'm look forward to looking to that.
Yeah,
that highlight
that
to see
backwards pass or lateral.
Because I didn't see it that way, but again, you're in an angle.
We didn't have the angle to see it that way.
Being a safety, not a touchdown. And then Crowley does the onside kick, which I love the way Wigg explained that, because I would have never thought that was the issue, you know, that they're hitting the guy before, you know.
Yeah.
Poor Carter got, I guess,
and we'll take a look at that, too.
Yep.
I mean, all Carter needs to do is just go like that.
Yeah. So the safety makes it 33. Well, no, he said he can't. You can't touch him.
It's on the ground.
You can't touch him until
within the 30,
even
within
if it's
the 10
on the
yards,
ground.
right.
Yeah, you can't touch them before.
You can't touch the ball
the
or
yards.
them, right?
Yep. So it makes 33-21. They do the onside kick. They get it. They're unable to do.
Still not worried.
No.
Anything at that point. And Allen takes over. In the 3 seconds, they just run it off. And then the fun begins.
Yeah.
Temper. We got this video, and again, I doubt we'll ever get an explanation of what was going on in this poor little fellow's head.
Had to have been an underclassman, never saw him out on the field.
But I love what Wigg said about us. He says, telling the guys, don't do anything that is not going to allow you to play next week.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Well, and let's look at the barometer. LeBron. We have watched that. We've watched that young man come up for the last 3 years. He is a very, very, very intense player.
Emotional.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Good and bad.
you love it. I mean, he's got all the skills. He's got the
gotten
IQ.
in trouble, but he's also been great.
This game, he was more controlled than I think I've seen him in any of the other games where he's been super hyped up.
He was still a little doing.
Well, of course.
He's always going to do that.
Always.
He's growing up.
My buddy's leaving the house.
What's this?
We love you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. There was a lot of the 3-pointers.
That started in the first half too.
Well, Carter started it on his touchdown.
Yeah.
Basketball season for y'all.
Which you don't, if you're not paying, you see him score and you kind of turn away. You don't see the celebration, but
there was a lot of that.
Posted that. It was
0 and I think number 20 or number 80 were doing that coming up to the handshake line, and then when the handshake lines were coming together, there was a little bit of that, and 23 just bolted. He was about
he did that again.
33. Yeah,
he got 23 on the brain.
I know, man.
He ran,
but he came.
23 was the only one.
The lines
that
weren't even together
33.
yet.
No.
The first handshake had, and he just
He
bolts
came an
out of the
extra 5
line and
yards.
comes. Full throttle.
We can show that part if you want.
Oh, I want to show
any
it.
of the rest
Oh, we're
of it,
definitely showing it.
Okay.
I want to show it, and but I really wish I could. I wish I knew who he was.
Someone said they were trying to find his name on the board. They said they were trying to look him up. He said he did not show up on the roster.
On the Max Preps roster.
Well,
which is a bad place to look.
That's why what the coach did. I was impressed with the North Crowley coach when he sat his players down. That kid was still chirping.
Yep.
And he said, "Get him out of here.
Yep.
Get him out of here. That's not how we do it. That's not what we need to do."
Yeah,
and so the wrench was gone, and all the BS was gone, and he told the kids, "Look, Allen outplayed you.
Yeah.
Allen won this game. You've got to take that and make yourselves better."
Yeah, for those of you who haven't seen that, we'll get back to that in a second. Who haven't seen that video, I encourage you to go find it, because it actually is, there's a lot of things, and I know Cody's fixing to jump into on this. There's a lot of things that team does that the coaches allow to be done.
Right, and encourage with the wrench and all that stuff. But that's
Cedar Hill, like Louisville,
and
like several others.
Cedar Hill.
They do, and you go, why? Because the start of the game, they come out of their tunnel. What's the first thing North Crowley does? They come running right at our guys and just start chirping and yakking and everything. I'm like, if you do that in real life, you go up to somebody and you're going to get shot. Or something bad's going to happen to you. So why do you let your kids do that? I'll never understand that. And I know that
You expect coaches to be a father figure and to be mentors and to show them the way. And so at the end of the game, he kind of circled around, and I don't know how much that made up for it, but if that's the last message, it's a good message.
If it is, yeah. But again, you let them get to that point. You allowed them to be like that to get to that point.
And their website's horrible. They don't have anything.
Well, they're not going to show that on their website.
Well, I mean, I was just trying to find a roster.
Yeah. But I don't know who the kid was, but I really wish. I don't know whether somebody really offended him or he was just wanting to pick a fight or what. Because
something tells me he's not playing football next year if he's an underclassman.
Nobody was as bad as that, but there were several of them that were really chippy towards the third and fourth quarter when they saw that they weren't going to come back.
Yeah, it's tough.
I think that's... The coach giving the speech at the end is great, but what are you doing day in and day out to build character in your players? And when you're walking around with a massive,
at the beginning
when you're walking around with a massive pipe wrench on your shoulder before the game, what is that other than an implicit threat of violence?
Well, a lot of teams carry out an axe or a sledgehammer or things.
Yeah, but it's not the coach.
Think of this. But it was about that.
Oh, not
big.
that big.
Yeah.
It wasn't that big.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
You're letting your kids be chippy.
You're talking 3.5 feet long. Hey, did you put that wrench down?
This kid going out and throwing punches is downstream of what you allowed to happen.
Yeah, because if you're really... And again, I know there's always the random one-off and... but I don't know. Again, it all started when they came out of the tunnel. I'm just like, it's so tiresome. It's like when we played Cedar Hill and they want to go dance on our logo to start the game.
Yeah.
That started with Joey McGuire. Don't take it the wrong way, but Joey McGuire let his kids do that, and it's and kudos to Wig for going out there that game and saying no, you're not doing it. Because it's stupid. I mean, it's just stupid.
Yeah. All I can say is elevate the game, do better coaches, coaches.
It's like complaining about the band. It shows that your focus is not where it needs to be on winning a football game.
Oh my gosh. When is a band ever... They don't play, guys. They don't play on the field. Overcome it. Be bigger.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Allen wins 33-21. Moving on to the state semifinals for the first time since 2018. Awaiting the winner of Waxahachie and Duncanville, who play later this afternoon.
3 o'clock today.
Yep. Who do we think's going to win?
I think Duncanville's going to win. I hope Waxahachie does, though.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have something different.
Is that televised?
I'm sure it is.
It's got to be Waxahachie. What was the? Didn't they play earlier in the season?
Yep, they did. Waxahachie beat them by 1.
Yeah. North Crowley or Duncanville?
Duncanville.
They beat Duncanville. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Waxahachie may pull them off. Pull it off again.
Could be.
Duncanville's got to be hungry for this one, though. Avenge that loss.
Oh, without a doubt.
I think they're very. I'm going to say. You know what I'm going to say? I think they're very similar teams, and the team that moves the ball down the field better is going to win the game.
Yeah.
All right, pay me money, sports folks.
You should have a job doing that.
I should have a job doing this.
No.
I think the team that scores the most is going to win.
Yeah. I think he's right.
Brilliant.
I like the one who's got the higher score wins.
That game is on NFHS.
I ain't paying for that.
I don't think it's on Victory. Sometimes you don't.
Is it on Texan Live?
Wow. Let's take a
I don't know. That's a subscription too, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but it's Dave Campbell's. Every fan
Victory's
that's worth
free.
their salt has a
Dave
Dave
Campbell's
subscription.
Let's see. They got
Geyer,
Carroll.
They got Geyer and South Lake.
And they've got Moose Jaw at Brandon.
Oh, man. Canadian hockey.
Moose
Minor league
Jaw.
hockey. You gotta love that.
Don't they have curling at some point?
They got the Allen Americans.
Ooh. That's Victory?
Uh-huh.
Okay. What else we got?
I guess the only game they got is, South Lake. South Lake
and Geyer today. So, that's that. We'll wait and see who we play next week. Probably.
Where do we think we're going to play?
Man, it depends who it is.
Cowboys
not
Stadium?
Choctaw. Not Choctaw.
Southlake.
Please, not Choctaw.
SMU?
I'd love Mesquite Memorial.
I think both of them would be either
Mesquite.
Mesquite would be fine.
I would take Mesquite over SMU any day because parking at SMU sucks. Now, like we talked, we could take the train down.
The train, baby.
BEBC train trip.
There you go.
Put our flag on the outside of the dark train. God.
Blowing the breeze.
Just Nolan riding on top of the train.
We can stick a magnet on it for sure.
Yeah, we could. Oh, yeah. Unless it's
How many extra old magnets do we have?
Speaking of this, players of the game. Offense. Obviously, Carter Harris.
Yeah, buddy.
And Jaden Hambrick as well. On defense, and again, you could have given every defensive player a magnet here. This one was a little bit tougher because everybody played so well. You know, the back guys, great coverage, played well on run support. You know, because like Hargis told us, he goes, their run game is a wall of 8 guys coming at you. And you just got to find a way to get through it.
And they did.
Tim Drake, Beckham Parker.
Tim. Good job, guys.
And
I freaking loved what Hargis did with Parker last night.
And he told us
shooting
they called it the Panther. That was the name of the play, the Panther. So we're giving Coach Hargis a magnitude.
Absolutely.
By golly,
And he's got one magnet already, but it's not one of the new playoff magnets.
so he's getting another one.
So, yeah.
So Coach did a great job, and he'll have his work cut out for him again this week. My opinion, the best offensive coordinator or defense coordinator in the state by far. He just has his guys ready to go.
Do we call him the mad scientist yet?
No, we're not doing that. He just figures it out, and he gets the guys in the right spot to do most effective. So, but that defense played so well. You know, kudos to all you guys.
Yep. That's what I think we would have seen against Prosper if one kid hadn't fallen down and the rest didn't let an illegal double pass go forward. I mean, that colored everybody's perception of this team, but it shouldn't have. It shouldn't have.
Again, watch the game and understand, okay, LeBron falls down how many times all year long?
Once in 3 years.
Once, you know. And the refs missed a call. So, that's what brutal. It is.
And they definitely missed a couple calls last night.
Well, guys, it was
juice.
fun. We're all
great.
giddy.
My voice is gone.
We get to play another week.
Yeah, buddy.
Get to play 2 more weeks.
Well,
Calling my shot.
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be great if we do. It's been a while since we've been at Jerry World. So get ready for your $50 nachos and all that stuff.
And sharing the field with,
You got a bank loan.
Let's
there you go.
put in your application this week.
Well, I mean, geez, we're there for 6 hours or more. So
Yeah, we're there a while. But
We should have 501c3
You can
cards.
put up your new windows as collateral.
You can't
There you go.
charge me tax.
I don't have them anymore. I got my collateral back.
again, if you want, here is the logo that's going to be on the front of the shirt. It says Plano City Champs. It's got the big A on it, and then on the back, it's going to have all the years.
PCC and all the years that we've been Plano City
Yeah,
champs.
We'll have one. If you're interested, we'll get a price and everything for everybody that's interested. Again, all the money will be used to fund Allen Athletics. It's what we do. It goes back to the kids. So
We'll have some T-shirts for ourselves. Hopefully by the next playoff game, we'll see. But
we'll go from there. So enjoy the games today. Lots of championships to figure out who's going to be in the playoff for college. They start here in
Go Raiders.
45 minutes. The Red Raiders over at AT&T. So until next time.
LeBron's shooting a 3, baby. Look at him.